Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Critical and welcome back to another Minecraft Snapshot video. This week we're taking a look at Minecraft 1.18 Experimental Snapshot number 6, and oddly enough, this one feels a lot less like an experimental snapshot and more like a real one because there are some actual gameplay features. Well, I won't say that the terrain generation features aren't gameplay features, but there are some more survival-based gameplay features. So, for starters, horses, donkeys, and mules can now be led around with enchanted golden apples, and golden carrots, which is pretty cool. We haven't been able to lead these guys around without actual leashes for, well, since they were added back in 1.6, which is pretty exciting. And similarly, llamas can now be led around with hay bales, which I believe these are all the if I'm not mistaken, the breeding, well, I take that back. Maybe it's not. I actually don't remember how you breed these guys. But that is now pretty great. I think this change was made in regards to the wider rivers, so it's a little bit easier to lead these guys around in the world now that we have those. But the main focus of this snapshot is the underwater caverns, or everything to do with the underwater caverns. So underwater aquifers are now more likely to break into the above ground. Underwater ravines are now re-implemented. Those were not appearing properly. I believe they were covered with sand and gravel. Magma blocks are now much more likely to spawn underwater, which is going to make it a lot easier to notice underwater caves. I do have night vision on right now, but these are a little bit harder to see when you don't have that on. So those magma blocks will help with that just a bit. And the number of water springs has been reduced slightly, although I think that refers to the little pockets of water that spawn on the surface. I don't think that's necessarily an underwater feature. But so lots of changes to the underwater areas, which these are looking pretty cool now. I found quite a few massive caves, so perhaps there will be a bit more of those scattered around the world. And continuing with the sort of cave features of this snapshot, the lush caves are now a little bit more common. The last snapshot, they had been reduced due to some reason, but those have been sort of, not re-implemented, but fixed so that they're a bit more put together and common. And, ooh, there's a massive ocean over here. I was looking for these. What is that? Oh, I thought that was fire. That's just like an upside-down shipwreck poking above the water. I really thought that was fire, and I was very confused as to what was happening. Yeah, let's fly around here for just a second, actually. I want to see... Yeah, it looks like you can see some of these ravines are, in fact, popping up now. So those are definitely re-implemented as stated. But that is the majority of this snapshot. The other changes are pretty minor. Mega taiga biomes are now no longer considered to be cold biomes. So there's a bit less sort of conflicting... biomes spawning. I don't know, there was some issues with those causing biomes to spawn next to each other that shouldn't have been spawning next to each other, so that has been adjusted. Swamps are now more likely to spawn next to dry areas, which they couldn't do in the last snapshot, but that was apparently causing some issues with microbiomes. And snowy microbiomes are now less likely to occur. They still will occur on occasion, but those aren't going to pop up quite as much. Last snapshot, there were a lot of just splotches of snow spawning in forests and such, which have been reduced. And I believe that is actually all the changes in this snapshot. So I think we're getting pretty close. The oceans, I think, were like sort of the, at least to me, the last thing that they really hadn't focused on much. So I think we're getting there. The water features are sort of rounded out now, at least to an extent. So perhaps we'll start seeing some actual snapshots soon, but time will tell. But if you guys enjoyed this video, thank you all so much. Well, that didn't really make any sense, but thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content, and I will see all of you in the next snapshot video. Bye-bye.